Nobody warns you about the financial booby trap hiding inside your own car loan, the one that punishes you for doing the responsible thing. You made extra payments, you felt great about it, and then your lender handed you a bill for being too good at paying them back. Let's back up and talk about why this even exists. Because the whole system feels like a prank designed by someone who really hates fiscally responsible people. Lenders build something called precomputed interest into many auto loans, which basically means they front load all their profit into the early months, so that if you leave the party early, they still got paid. Think of it like buying a 10-course meal, eating 3 courses, and then being charged for all 10 anyway because the kitchen already prepped everything. That's not a metaphor, that's genuinely how simple interest versus precomputed interest loans work, and most people sign without knowing which one they have. The contrast between what we imagine and what's actually in that contract is almost comedic. You picture yourself triumphantly handing over a final check, and your lender pictures recapturing 2 years of interest they were counting on. Early in the pandemic, millions of people received stimulus checks and rushed to pay off debt, only to discover their heroic financial move came with a penalty fee they never saw coming. Experts in consumer finance have been sounding the alarm on this for years, but somehow the message hasn't penetrated the culture the way, say, credit score tips have. Dave Ramsey tells you to pay off debt aggressively, and he's not wrong, but even he glosses over the part where your specific loan contract might make that advice cost you money. Auto lending has always run in cycles of predatory fine print followed by regulatory backlash, and we're arguably in the middle of one right now, with rising rates and more complex loan structures being pushed on buyers. Online communities like personal finance forums are full of people sharing stories of calling their lender, demanding a payoff quote, and being shocked that it was higher than their remaining balance. Here's the misconception worth confronting directly. Paying off a loan early does not automatically save you the full remaining interest. It depends entirely on whether your loan uses simple interest or a precomputed model. Simple interest accrues daily on your balance, so every early payment genuinely saves you money, while precomputed loans lock in the lender's cut from day one. The practical move, the one that actually protects you, is to call your lender before making any lump sum payment and ask for a written payoff quote that's valid for 30 days. Then compare that number to your remaining balance and do the math on whether the difference, which is the recapture fee or unearned interest, is worth absorbing or negotiating down. What I did was request my payoff amount in writing, noticed it was higher than expected, and then asked directly whether my loan was precomputed. That one question unlocked an entirely different conversation with the loan servicer. In some states, lenders are legally required to refund a portion of unearned interest when you pay early, so knowing your state's consumer protection laws is genuinely valuable leverage. Position size matters here too. If you're sitting on a small remaining balance, just paying it off and eating a minor recapture fee might make more emotional and logistical sense than dragging out the loan. But if you're 18 months into a 72-month loan and considering a massive lump sum, the math absolutely needs to be run before you act. The broader lesson is that disciplined strategy beats emotional conviction every single time. In personal finance, wanting to be debt-free is a beautiful impulse, but executing that impulse without reading the contract is just expensive spontaneity. Process over passion. Every time. There's something almost poetic about a system where doing the financially virtuous thing requires this much investigation just to not get penalized. But that irony is exactly why financial literacy is the actual asset here. You don't need more income to win at this game. You need more information. At the end of the day, comfort with any financial outcome comes from knowing you made a rational, informed decision rather than an emotional one, whether you paid it off early, restructured your payments, or left the loan alone. The outcome is less important than the process you use to arrive at it. We want you walking away from this not just inspired, but actually equipped with the questions to ask, the numbers to check, and the confidence to challenge your lender if something doesn't add up. And if you want help navigating bigger financial moves, real estate investing, home contracting, or finding the right lenders, check out the links in the description below.